Part 3. A million unfamiliar words versus 3,000 familiar ones.
This situation is a lot like people trying to talk to each other in different languages, relying on foreign language dictionaries to get by. Within a single language, though, people create what are called explanatory dictionaries. The idea behind them is simple. They define complex or specialized terms using the more familiar vocabulary of everyday language. In the case of English, this means that the entire million-word language can, in theory, be explained using just 3,000 common words. Pretty amazing, right? So here's the natural question.
If we can describe everything using only those 3,000 words, why do we need the other 997,000?
The answer comes down to two things: efficiency and resource conservation. First and foremost, it's about saving the individual's energy specifically, the energy the brain uses to process information. Let's not forget, the human brain is one of the most energy-hungry organs in the body. And in nature, everything comes at a cost. The human mind is no exception.
So why do people invent new words?
To give linguistic form to something they deal with in real life. At the heart of this process lies the concept of the image, or, more precisely, the mental representation of an underlying reality. Take the word tractor, for example. Most of us immediately picture a familiar vehicle in our mind. But if we tried to describe it using only general language, it might sound something like this. A wheeled or tracked vehicle primarily used to pull or push other vehicles, devices, or to carry heavy loads across roads or rough terrain. Now imagine that, in a manufacturing setting, every time someone needed to refer to a tractor, they had to say that entire definition instead of just using the word tractor. Not very efficient, is it? And that's just for one kind of tractor. In reality, there are many different types, each with its own specific characteristics, which means even more words would be needed to define them. It's not hard to see where this leads. People would lose their minds if they couldn't use specialized words. Behind every word is a concept, and behind that concept is a mental image, a distinct representation of some aspect of reality. This is how language grows. When we use words, we activate images of objects, actions, or processes in our minds. And the more developed a civilization is, the broader its knowledge and range of interests. That naturally creates a need for more specialized words and concepts. In fact, the richness and diversity of a language often reflect the level of civilizational development of the society that uses it.
So how do people manage to communicate across the different branches of the language tree?
Let's see how this idea develops in the next part of the course.